Did you listen to Jeff and Professor Hamo in the morning? Here's what you missed.
Yes.
Dr. Mukisa Kitui was jana usiku.
Unaweza chukua wimbo tamu hivi yete kwa watu wanaongea baya in a polite way.
In a polite way.
That was so nice, eh? Brilliant.
Fantastic. The best president Kenya never had.
Alisema he's on an extended trip to the Bahamas.
You just came from the Bahamas.
Yes.
And they love Kenya there. The goodwill in the Caribbean is incredible.
But Kenya is a beautiful country.
We just like to cut our noses to spite our faces.
Say that again.
We like to cut our noses to spite our faces.
Wacha nikwambie utakuwa ukitumia ati maneno mingi. Sema tu kitu moja.
Okay. Warthog.
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 Warthog. 17 minutes past the hour, 7 o'clock on this Thursday of Africa. Hashtag
Jeff and Hamo on hot.
And if you don't believe us, trending top.
Mbona Nyargera wamekutumia video hapo ya vile unajifanya unaweza dance? Kuna picha moja hapo. Tukisema now we need to sing that song. I feel good. Kuna kapicha ametuma kwa James Brown. Gidan. Ndio vile alikuwa animated.
Yes.
You'd think,
folks, you know, Wednesday, Thursday is all about one thing and one thing alone. It's all about you telling us your story. And we here at Hot 96 believe everybody has a story to tell.
Kapisa.
And we're going to go to the story of a young 18-year-old, folks. Listen to this. A young 18-year-old who has tried to commit suicide 6 times. 6 times. Because she was tired with life. And then she found out she is bipolar. So if you know anyone who knows anyone who is anyone who knows someone who is bipolar, this is the show for you. We will get there in 30 seconds. In the meantime, we want to pay you money. Thank you very much, Papa.
Yes.
You say making old memories like they happened yesterday. And then our good friend Patrick Igunza. Your design. Your design anasema. Good morning watu wangu. Now a part loud and clear from Vihiga County. A place called Kidundu Village. Kidundu Village.
It's your design.
That's what he said. Your design.
Super Jennifer.
By the way, Katiba, Igunza is requesting any number by Alan Jackson. Wow. Igunza's gone country. Igun's country.
Who rides?
Who rides? Hey, my good friend Rachel from Standard Chartered. Yeah, big shout out. Big shout out.
Oh, yes.
Keep doing the good work you do over at Standard Chartered. where nothing is fake.
Yes. That means there are no safes. That are not safe.
Yeah. Everything is safe. Sonny says the show today is Moto Sana Langata road traffic is locked. Langata road traffic is locked. Oh, nimeona picha hiyo Nyargero. Nimeiona. Duncan Were, the Pope from the Vatican, as in Kangemi, he says all the Kitasurians have decided to use the bypass, causing snarl up at ABC Junction. I shouldn't have talked about that bypass.
Kila mtu ameweka hapo.
Nikiherehere.
Kila mtu akanyagia huko.
Can imagine. Tokeni. All right, so folks, imagine you are not even 18 and you try to commit suicide half a dozen times. What could be troubling you? We don't know. Maybe you know. It happened to our guest today. Betty Cynthia Wanjiko is only 18 now. And she only realized after her 4th suicide attempt that she is bipolar. Can you imagine that? Listen up. You may have a child, a niece, a nephew, somebody who is bipolar, and you don't know the symptoms. The symptoms are real. This is what we call
A story a day.
Cynthia, Betty Cynthia Wanjiko. Good to see you. Welcome to Hub 96.
Thank you so much for having me.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
What a story. I mean, I look at you, you're 18 years old. You are 1/3 my age. 1/3 my age. And, okay, let's start at the very beginning. How was your childhood up until now?
My childhood was amazing. I grew up with very good parents, very amazing siblings, and a very good foundation because it was a church-based foundation. So I cannot complain about my childhood.
And you went to a decent school?
A very decent school.
And your parents are good people?
Very good people.
Siblings?
Very amazing people.
How many?
We have 4, so there are 3 siblings.
So, and all of you are girls?
Here we are.
So, okay. So, decent childhood, lovely parents, good sisters.
Yes.
So, when did you first get that suicidal thoughts?
That was early 2018.
Early last year.
Early last year.
Tell us about it.
So it started when I felt so frustrated, but I never talked about it.
Frustrated with what?
I felt like I wanted another life, and that life was not the one I was living. I wanted to die. I think simply I just wanted to die. You would ask me what is my problem, or you would ask me am I going through something, but I wouldn't point at something and say that this is what I'm going through or this is what I'm feeling. I just wanted to die. And the fact that saying it sounded crazy made me not tell people. So I just did it myself. So I had my first attempt. I took drugs called Bascopan. I took 30 of them. Nothing happened.
What is Bascopan usually used for?
It's a painkiller for ladies when they have cramps.
Oh.
So they were really accessible for me.
Yes.
So
and how many do ladies normally take?
2,
And you took
30.
And nothing happened to her.
what?
I felt dizzy, yes, but I expected something bigger than that. I expected to be in hospital. If not death, I wanted a coma. Because I knew a coma, ICU, that would be really easy for me to just go. So when I took the 30 of them, I was a little bit dizzy, but nothing happened. I was very frustrated. I even now had a reason to be frustrated because earlier on I didn't have an actual reason. But now the fact that I'm tired with life and I'm not dying, that is frustrating enough for me. So I went to my second attempt, which is Constance. Constance is still a cramping drug. So I took 25 of them.
Oh Lord.
This one had an effect. This one I felt, it was at night in school. So I knew that, you know what, when you take this 25, you won't wake up. And that one I knew. I had also told one of my friends, like, you know what, do this and that. I had sent some signal, but I think they didn't realize that she was serious, or they turned a deaf ear, probably. So when I took the 25 of them, nothing happened. And I woke up normally. I went for preps. I expected an ambulance. I expected drama. I expected tears. And I was so mad. So I took some time, around maybe 1 month, before I had my 3rd attempt. And this 1 month was for further research. I wanted to know which is this one thing that you're going to take that is going to kill you. I didn't want a painful death. That one I knew.
You didn't.
So I didn't want a rope. I didn't want to just jump in front of a car. I wanted death, but I wanted a less painful death. So I researched from one of my classmates who the dad was a doctor. And the question I asked her was, which drug do you know that it's very strong? And I don't know how it works because she was so confident, and she said that if you take maybe 2 or 3 cetrizines, you're going to get into a coma. And she gave like a story of someone she knows that took more and was like admitted in hospital for like 2 weeks. So I knew if I doubled or tripled the 2 doses, that was going to be an ultimate death. So here I was like sure that, you know what, here you're going to die. So I took 10 of them. I blacked out the best. Here I was rushed to hospital, and that is where I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
How? Who did that?
It's a doctor, it's a therapist. So after, it's like you're given a paper, you're asked questions, you're asked why you want to die, what is the state. I don't know how they do the analysis, but I remember the doctor came in and said that your daughter has a mental disorder. Now I was mad now with God, because I was like, now these things do happen. I have never ever heard of mental illness in my life, and it has not happened in my family before, and it happens to me. So I had a reason to even write my eulogy now, because now the eulogy will not be she committed suicide, it will be she suffered from bipolar. So at least I knew that I will still have my good name even in death. I didn't want like she committed suicide or something dramatic. So here is where I started planning my funeral. I just knew that I will die in a red dress. I knew I would want my sister to read the tribute. I knew the song that would be played. I had everything planned out. I had all written on the paper. So the fourth attempt was preparing for my fifth attempt, because I was put under antidepressants in the third one after I was diagnosed with bipolar. So I was put under antidepressants. The doctor said that if you take a full drug, it's too strong. So I used to take half dosage every night. It was that strong. So I accumulated the half tablets, and they became so many. They became 42 half tablets, which are 21 full tablets. So the fourth attempt was a mixed feeling suicide attempt, because I used to take Panadols. I used to take any drug that I would find on the way, and I will make sure they exceed. If I'm supposed to take 2, maybe I'll take 4. So this one was for a very long time, probably till around May 2018, when now I took the 21 tablets, being my fifth attempt. This one like blacked me out, and I stayed in hospital for a very long time.
Like how long?
1.5 weeks. It was actually a week. It was a week, a whole week. That was the longest I've stayed in hospital.
And what were your parents saying at all this time, and your family? What were they saying?
They were hurt, of course. Their daughter trying to take their own life, and they have given me everything, is something frustrating for them. And I think after the fifth attempt, after I saw how my mom and dad were so dedicated to come to hospital, and the support that they gave me, there is a type of healing that I got after that one. The support that they gave me, everything that they did for me, how they wanted to understand me, how they wanted to let me talk, yet I didn't want to talk, that one gave me a type of healing. So after the fifth attempt now, I wanted now to die, but I was like I was like, okay, yeah, I want to die, I really want to die, but there was some type of healing that I was getting. So the sixth attempt and the last one was to express the inner anger that I felt in my heart through outward appearance. So I used to cut myself a lot. I used to cut my hand. I used to just take a razor blade and just, when I'm angry, when you just make me mad, or when I feel like I'm so annoyed, I will really cut myself. No one knew I was bipolar in school. So at times someone will frustrate me, and in my head I'm like, do you know what I'm going through right now? So I used to cut myself a lot, and it took a while before someone noted that I had so many scars and blood was coming out of my hands. So after this one, I was given a lot of counseling, and I was given a lot of information, and that is when I finally came back to my senses, and I said that you have to style up and get up, Betty. You shouldn't let that take the better part of you, and you should just like get up. And I knew that so many people are undergoing these mental illnesses, and no one is talking about it. People are trying to commit suicide from every corner of the world, and currently that is something that is happening. People are committing suicide, people are killing each other. We're living in a world where people are depressed and hiding behind the memes, and hiding behind social media, hiding behind so many other stuff, hiding behind alcohol itself. Yet it's something that shouldn't be that way, because when you take alcohol maybe for this one day, it hides that problem for this day, but tomorrow you get up, you still have it. So people don't know how to face these things. There is that need for mental health awareness, and that is what I decided to do, just create mental health awareness for people.
Tell me something. When's your last attempt was when? Around May, you said, or?
Around August.
August,
actually.
2018.
About 7 months ago.
Yeah.
How do you feel now?
I feel relieved that I'm talking about it. I feel nice that I can give light and hope to someone who's going through what I went through. And after I spoke out, I've had people come out and say that I'm going through this. and that gives me like a very good feeling that indeed I can be a ray of hope, and I can talk to someone and I can tell you that it's okay not to be okay.
And what do you tell people who tell you, listen, Betty, Cynthia, Wanjiku, or maybe what you're doing was looking for attention?
I would pity them because they don't know what they're talking about. Depression is not seeking for attention, and that is what is making people not to come out. The stigma that follows when you say that you're depressed is something that will leave you even more frustrated. Comments like, the comments that I've gotten is, why were you committing suicide at 18? Unalipia nani school fees? Or something like, people have taken depression like it's a disease that affects people who are married and working. People have taken depression as something, there's so many myths that surround depression. People don't know that a 13-year-old can undergo depression. Because I realized that there's a 13-year-old who posted that I need to forget everything. The comment that followed was someone asking her that, what do you want to forget? The multiplication table. So it left me wondering, what if this girl was assaulted? What if this girl lost the parents? What if this girl is going through something? The fact that you have told her that she has no right to be depressed feels like she has no canopy surrounding her. Feels like she has no one to hold on to. And that can make that girl so depressed that suicide will be the alternative that she has. The only one that she's ever going to have. But the minute to tell someone who's depressed that it's okay not to be okay, the minute to tell someone who's depressed that you don't have to go through this alone, it gives that person a type of healing. Kindness and being there for people who are depressed is one of the things that people should learn to do, and not make it look like that person is seeking for attention. Depression is a mental illness. Depression is a disease itself with medicine like lithium, like Zyprexa, like Xanax, like Halgon. It has like medicine, just like cancer has medicine, AIDS has ARVs, depression has its own medicine.
And yet you look, for lack of a better word, you look and sound so normal.
Yeah. I mean, huwezi imagine huyu ndio alikuwa anaandika vile nitazikwa, waimbe wimbo tatu.
By the way, we'll put the interview out on the net and you'll see for yourselves. We'll take a picture.
Yes.
You look and sound so normal.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is it, kwa hivyo kuna watu wengi basi wako na shida na vile.
Oh, we pass them every day.
Yes, ukiangalia hivi sura, mtu ako sawa tu.
Hata katiba hapa anaweza kuwa na kujui.
Kimwangalia huwezi jua. Ni shida inampitia.
My God, so
and it's a disease, eh?
It's a disease because you're taking drugs right now, aren't you?
I'm taking pills, yeah.
You have to. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's be very specific.
Yes, not drugs.
Not drugs.
Pills.
Dawa.
And you have to take them every day. But you know the irony of it is, you love pills, so now the rest of I'm glad you can laugh about it, Betty Cynthia. I'm glad you can laugh about it because it's no laughing matter. And like you say, you know, we pass these people every day in the streets and we don't know, and they don't know. I mean, look at this. The Real King, that's his name on Twitter. To this point, I need to see a doctor because I can relate.
Oh, and mood swings.
Anaizo symptoms.
Like nini haswa uvanikia mtu? Unasikia umeboeka tu ama is it what hebu tuambie mwenye labda kuna mtu anasikiza yako na shida na ajui.
With bipolar, it's a mood disorder. It's classified with 2 episodes. There is the manic episode where you're so happy. Kwanza, when I was happy, I used to wake up at 3. I used to cook. I used to wash dishes. I used to make my room sparkling clean, and it's 3 in the morning, or 4, or 2, or 1. I wake up just to do those things. It was a sign, but people thought it was hard work. After the manic episode, I will be followed with a depression episode, whereby I'm sad. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to eat. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you do anything. I'll get frustrated even if you look at me. I will just feel mad, and then suicide was the indicator that this person is depressed because I wanted to die. It's not something normal. You wake up and say you want to die. So that was a like a very highlight of everything.
By the way, oh my goodness,
But
it's incredible.
na ujua, you're not sharing with anyone.
Exactly.
Hizi ni vitu unafanya chini ya maji.
And your parents and your sisters are saying, this woman, this young lady is in the kitchen anapika.
Saa 9.
Saa 9.
Hizi ni size za mogoka. Kwa hivyo kuna watu tunafikiria ni
which is a very good point, Prof.
Yeah.
Very good point. Because a lot of teenagers engage in all kinds of, drug taking,
Yes.
alcohol abuse. Are you one of them?
Not really, no.
What do you mean, not really?
I'm clean.
Have you drank before?
Not really.
Not really.
Okay, you
no.
tasted. You tasted.
Not really.
Oh, ye?
Hujawahi taste?
Is not really no.
No,
or is it-
No, it's when I say not really, I mean no.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So you've never drank alcohol?
No.
You've never taken any drugs?
No.
Wow.
Isipokuwa tu hizi za mingi mingi.
No wonder you were going overboard with all these things, the drugs you mentioned.
Eh?
Tell me something. Teenage suicide is on the rise in Kenya. Obviously, there are many factors, but could one of them be bipolar?
100%. Bipolar, depression, and any mental illness. That is something people are not talking about, but it's something that is affecting so many people. Depression has so many causes. Losing a loved one. Very many people have lost loved ones. The fact that they don't want to talk about it because of the stigma that is going to follow them, then suicide becomes an alternative. But bipolar is a mood disorder. It's also classified as a mental illness. Mental illness generally is something that is affecting your mental health. And people don't know this, people don't know the causes, people don't know how to stabilize them, people don't know how to do all this stuff, and they end up committing suicide and later the family realizes that this person was actually depressed. So teenage suicide, mental illness is something that is affecting everyone, mostly in our current generation.
Is it something you're born with? Ni kitu ulizaliwa because you've been doing this, I'm sure. Uliagua kitu mtu anazaliwa nayo. There are triggers along the way.
There are triggers along the way, but some, at one point, depression and some mental illnesses can be genetic, but rarely. But most of these things are triggered. The daily life, how you live, what you go through, what you face day in, day out, the heartbreaks you're going to face, the loss of loved ones you're going to face, the problems and hurdles of life that you're going to face, all that can cause depression. So if you're not taught and if we're not given that mental health education of how to actually manage and how to actually stabilize yourself, you end up doing crazy things.
You're 18 now.
Yes.
Obviously, you want to pursue your education, right? What are your plans right now?
My plans are I will take law, but I am very sure in the course of my years I will want to start a foundation or an organization that deals with mental health awareness. I want to create a canopy for all these people who are depressed, to tell them that it's okay not to be okay, to teach people what we're not taught, to tell people that what, you can rise up again, you can get up, and you are better, you have purpose. I want to teach purpose, I want to teach mental health. I just want to create a world whereby all these people with mental health illness will relate and also get to understand that it's okay that you're not okay. You can speak about it.
Are you happy to be alive today?
I am very happy to be alive today.
Unbelievable story. And the tweets are coming in so thick and so fast. I think this 18-year-old is inspiring a whole generation. Moses Olemungai says, wow, what a story. I'm happy despite all attempts, she is alive today. Depression is a real menace. You are inspirational, he says.
Preaching.
Yeah, all the way from Dubai.
Yes. Says this 18-year-old sounds like a 28-year-old.
You should see the
She
picture.
sounds so mature.
Very mature.
Yeah.
Very mature. Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Do you have are you in a relationship?
No, I'm not.
Are you afraid to get into a relationship?
Kwa sababu unajua pale kuna kuvuja roho nini na nini. Unampigia unasikia alikuwa
I'm
kona.
not afraid, but I'm not ready.
What do your parents think of what you've gone through now, what you've become?
They are really happy that test became a testimony. and the burdens that I went through are now blessings because I get to talk to people and they are very supportive parents.
Yeah.
Part of why I'm here and I'm healing is because of the support that they gave me.
Right.
I wouldn't have done it.
And your sisters?
Very supportive too.
All of them?
All of them.
They don't think you're nuts.
No, they don't.
Shosho adai kuombea katikati ya maombi. Shosho wangu alikuwa anaombea, anachomea watu picha kwa maombi. So family, you know, it's weird that you're saying triggers, eh? Alafu ukiongea kuhusu your life grow up. Family, they're so good, kila mtu ni mzuri. You know, that is why we miss it, but
I'm telling you.
You don't understand.
What happens if you don't take your medicine one day?
It's very risky because I can relapse. It's very risky. It's not even advisable.
Really?
So I have to really stay on them till I wean them off slowly by slowly.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting better. If I can talk about it, it means that I'm getting better.
Absolutely. Duncan Ware, all the way at the Vatican, as in Kangemi, he says, deep, the lady has just painted a whole new meaning of depression.
Yes.
Oh my God. And may God.
My clarion call to parents and friends of bipolar patients: do not ignore. Take a minute each day to just ask, how are you? Simple, but could save a life.
Oh.
We live in an age ya kila mtu mnakutana kwa nyumba, kila mtu na simu yake.
Yeah.
Kila mtu na maisha yake. Is that something that triggers also? You just go through your problems peke yako.
Exactly.
Nikitaka chumvi naingia WhatsApp. Pass me that soul.
Ollie Moo. She's tweeting all the way from Calgary, Canada.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's still Thursday night. Calgary. She says, depression knows no age or gender. Thank God you can come out and talk about it. Bipolar disorder is a serious issue. Unfortunately, most of the time, it is found too late. Right? It could have happened to you, right? And I'm sure it's happened to other people. You discover it too late and say, who you? Walikuwa nini tu.
Alikuwa anataka tu attention.
Yeah.
By the way, that is what we would say.
Correct.
When ni mtoto mdogo,
what do you know?
15.
David Kive. I also went through the same, but today I'm grateful to God. I am indeed restored.
Wow.
You see that there are people out there. People, so many. Unbelievable. Really good story there, Betty Cynthia. Very nice story.
So you ulichoma. Ama uko nayo. So
Kirwa Josephat, listen to this. Good morning. What a story. Have never known the reason why people commit suicide, but now I know.
Yes.
I have been losing a lot of my friends just through suicide, and questions remain after their death. Now I know.
Hey.
Wow. Wow.
Hey.
Should we go to the phones this morning, Katiba? What do you think? Maybe there's some people who want to talk. Maybe some people want to talk to the 18-year-old.
Yes.
Right? So call us 0722 20 88 20. 0734 20 88 20. We have Betty Cynthia Wanjiko in the house. 18 years old. Suffers from bipolar.
Yeah.
But she's managing it. After trying to commit suicide 6 times. Not once, not twice, 6 times. Hot 96, you are on the air. Good morning. Good morning. Who's this? Dixon from Embu.
Yeah.
Mambo.
Poa sana.
Tuambie.
Yes.
Mm.
Mimi nimeguzwa sana na hiyo story ya hiyo msichana.
Umeguzwa?
Sana. In fact, I thought I was the one having the same problem. Kumbe kuna wengine huko na the same problem.
Do you suffer from the same problems, Dixon?
Yeah, I do.
Tell me, what, depression, suicidal thoughts, vitu kama hizo?
Yeah, mostly depression, sana sana na kama hizo na kijawe. Kama maisha inachosha mtu na kii. After long loss, inaenda inaisha.
Na unachukua dawa, Dixon?
So I don't take it.
And have you ever attempted suicide?
Never, but thinking about it.
The thoughts are there, huh?
Yeah.
Well, what question do you have right now? How old are you, first of all, Dixon?
Yeah, I'm 25.
23, okay. Well, do you have any question for Betty Cynthia Wanjiko? Because she has gone through this and come out the other side.
Yeah, maybe that what? Cynthia.
Yes.
Yeah, like that day. Yeah, when you work on thought,
Yeah.
how do you come out?
Talk to someone. There's a very, very good healing when you talk about it and when you don't keep it to yourself. So make sure that you have opened up to someone, because when you share that problem with someone, you're able to get a very big platform whereby you're able to open up, and then you won't try it. Trust me. Just open up to someone and learn. When you get those thoughts, learn to tell yourself that, you know what, you have so much greatness. 25, you have a whole life ahead of you. So know that you have a deposit of greatness inside of you. And suicide is surely a way that the devil wants to distract you. What the devil cannot destroy, he's going to distract you. So also seek medical attention, because as much as I will mention the devil trying to distract you, this is also something that needs medical attention. Right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Dixon, don't forget, men like to keep things in very much.
Sisi ni wanaume,
Alafu,
unalia nini?
huwezi lia. Ati?
Jigeke mashida. Wanaume tuko na
So
sana.
Dixon, I hope you've listened, and
Yes.
thank you for calling all the way from Embu.
Kabisa.
Hot 96, you are on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, this is from Kawangware.
Desmond from Ongwaro.
Hey.
Yeah, because my doctor told me,
Okay.
it's like sometimes after you want to fix it,
Wewe.
like mostly depression, not like me.
Depression ni kukosa do au...
Sometimes maybe kama nimekosa tu ama nimeweza kufanya kitu alafu na kitu like mimi ama kama na kitu nikukosa lakini nisiweze kujua like the usually I find myself
Ushafikiria kujiua?
lakini unatamani kukosa.
Yo utamani kufa.
Okay. Desmond.
Ujai try?
Eh?
Sometimes when I'm stressed, I'm
Yeah.
yeah,
And how old are you?
I'm sad.
30. Well, do you have a question for this incredible 18 years old who's gone through hell and come back? Labda naweza kukusaidia.
I just feel like you just press some fresh breath into me, like okay, it's like something else you can overcome and everything okay.
Yeah. Go on, Betty Cynthia. Tell him something.
Hi.
Right.
You said your name is
Desmond.
Desmond. Desmond, I want you to understand that we urgently need you on earth, because when God was sending you to the face of the earth, He created a certain problem on the face of the earth and He sent you to become the solution to it. So we need you here on earth. Learn that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to feel that you're low. It's okay to feel like that mountain is too high. But remember, there's that hill in front of you that you can climb. Suicide is never a solution to anything. In fact, you die, you leave a lot of pressure for the people who loved you and for the people who cared for you, the people who want you here on earth, because you're very many. So we need you here on earth. If someone has never told you that, let me be the first person to tell you that we need you here on earth, so there's nowhere you're going.
Desmond, don't forget, she tried this 6 times, okay?
Yeah.
6 times. Na ako sawa. Hata utaona picha yake ako sawa.
You won't believe.
Kwa hivyo we, hang in there, my brother. We, vumilia. Okay. Thank you, Desmond. Appreciate, and you too. Have a good day. And listen, Betty Cynthia, people are saying, a lot of people, young people here on Twitter, are saying that they exhibit exact same signs you did. And obviously, this means that they are unaware.
Yes.
They are unaware.
Saidi ni kama awakening.
Look at Esther Nyamema. Some signs there, young lady, is talking about. I exhibit them. What do you tell people who have these symptoms, who have these thoughts, who have these tendencies? What do you tell them?
I will tell them partly what I've told the people who have called, the first thing you have to understand is that this is a medical problem. You need to seek medical attention. As much as we'll talk about how we need you on earth, you need to seek that guidance and counseling that will take you step by step towards healing. So because it's like a big elephant, but we have to cut it bit by bit, slowly by slowly. And those bits are counseling, telling you, also taking medicine that are going to stabilize you. And for the suicide thoughts, I will just preach the message of purpose. You are meant to be here on earth. This is something that is just a shadow that is in front of you. You need to look past it, see the possibilities, leave the limitations. So first, learn that it's okay not to be okay. Don't let social media dictate your next decision, because they won't be there to handle the consequences of that decision. So because I've realized that people see on social media that this person is posting this person has a good life, and you feel intimidated to even speak that you're going through something. But no one is ever going to post their failures.
No.
That is one thing I've said. No one is going to post that I have a loan. No one will say that that car is for hire. No one will say that my husband or wife just left me. So know that whatever you're going through, very many people are going through it. But how you deal with it is what is going to matter.
But that's easier said than done, Betty, because there's so many fake people on social media posting pictures on Instagram or Facebook, doing this, doing that, doing the other.
Sai tuko diani. Mimi na wewe. Sai tumetuma.
Na tuko wapi?
Sisi tuko hapa. Panganga.
There's a lot of that, and that will depress your best friend or your worst enemy. Saying, why does that person, why that, why that, what happened to me?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying don't let social media dictate the next decision, because the minute you see that person is living that fake life, you don't know it's a fake life, that person is living a fake life. To you it looks like a very good life.
Sorry.
And then it makes you feel like, you know what, these people are living the world, let me now live this world. Don't let them make you make that decision of wanting to die, because you're not going to handle the consequences of you dying.
You know, the same Esther Nyamema, she says, I usually talk when I have suicidal thoughts, and that helps.
Speaking out, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see if there's anyone else out there. 0722
2088 20
0734
2088 20.
Hot 96, you are on the air. Good morning.
Good morning to you too.
Yeah, who's this?
Let's talk about
I'm sorry, who's this?
Boba Sky.
Bob.
Boba Sky.
Yeah, from where?
Talking to Upper Nairobi.
Okay, what do you think of Betty, Cynthia, and Chico's story?
Nataka kwanza kumwambia asante kwa kuwa strong. Historia yake yenye imeniguza sana.
Well, can you relate to this?
Yeah, I can relate to that. Hata leo asubuhi nimeamka nikifeel life si wati. Nikaamka nikafeel strong, nikanibamba, alafu katune kapata akiongea.
Kwa hivyo
amenipatia push ingine mwenda sana.
amekusaidia
Sana.
na hiyo those feelings si bablas au si hangover ni
See hangover. What zinakuja zikienda, sometimes I wake up happy, sometimes I wake up down.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
27. What do you do?
Nafanya hustling tu za hapa kule Nairobi.
Kuhustle, eh?
Sasa nimejiandika kazi yangu.
Una swali unataka kuuliza Betty Cynthia?
Sina swali yoyote, lakini naweza mwambia mazee asante sana na endelee kufanya Kenya nafanya.
Betty Cynthia, hata wewe muongeleshe kidogo.
Hi. Thank you so much, and I'm really humbled. And whenever you have these thoughts, learn how to speak about them and understand that you're a great person in and out. No matter what you go through, you are greater than that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. You know, maybe this young lady should have her own radio show.
Yes.
You know, just call Betty Cynthia.
Yes. Let's talk mental health.
Let's just talk.
Yes.
Let's talk before.
How old are you again?
Exactly. How old is this person? Goodness. Let's take one more call before the top of the hour. Hot 96, you are on the air. Good morning. Yeah, who's this?
This is Gigi.
Kutoka wapi? Okay, utasonga pale
mbali na radio.
Mbali na kuku.
Usually work as an Uber driver. So one day I woke up early in the morning and we deactivated permanent. And carrying me alone.
What?
Unashindwa uanzie wapi, umalizie wapi, kuna kulipo, kuna mdogo wa 1 year.
Yeah.
Unafikiria tu negative, unafikiria kuongesha gari, kufunga udharo. But life lazima endelee.
How do you feel? Usikiaje sasa?
At least I'm in touch and 18 na mimi niko 28, so hiyo ni moral amenipea.
Amekuinspire kiasi.
Lazima uendelee.
Yeah.
Endelea bro. Wewe vumilia. Wewe mwambie mwenyewe anakusikiza.
Keep it up, do me inspire. Mimi mkubwa kushinda lakini ni mdogo wangu bado inspire.
Thank you so much.
All the time.
Wazi bro, wazi. Strong.
Talking about it kwanza. That is the beauty of it.
It does help. I guess, the denial, because we're always in denial.
Yeah. You cannot accept niko na shida ya kichwa. Mimi. I have a problem.
But you heard what Betty Cynthia said. Who will post on Instagram ati nina loan?
Hakuna.
CRB wananitafuta.
Nataka kuchukua hapa nilipe hapa nilitoe hapa nirudishe. You can't. Weka picha ya chakula. High moments only.
Yes.
Hakuna low moments ya nani?
Viatu.
Yes.
Na si zako. Photoshop. Unasema Miami things.
Yes.
Kumbe kwa wapi?
Na tunakuona kabisa.
Kawangware.
Ngemezio. Oh my goodness.
One more call. Hot 96, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff and Amos.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Who's this?
This is Amos from Italy.
Amos.
Yes.
Sema.
Nilikuwa nauliza huyu mrembo. And does she have any programs she offer regularly?
Good question there, Amos.
Yeah, because I think she has a very wonderful story to tell people, and I think there are so many people with that problem. There is such problem in Kenya.
Sure. Betty Cynthia, if someone wants to get in touch with you and you just talk to them or write back to them, how can they do that?
Okay, so you can reach me on Facebook, Betty Cynthia.
Yes.
Instagram at Miss Betty Cynthia.
Okay.
And I'll be sure to reply.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And anyone who gets in touch, remember,
Yes.
Instagram is Betty Cynthia.
At
Miss
Betty Cynthia.
At Miss Betty Cynthia. Facebook, Betty Cynthia.
Yes.
A couple more tweets. Dennis Njari. He says, I came to learn about bipolar for the first time after my cousin committed suicide at the age of 19. We all thought it was stress because the parents were going through a divorce.
Yeah.
Jeff and Hamo, tell Betty to never give up.
Oh, sure.
Good Lord, this is real. This is real. No. They all thought it was they were depressed because the parents were going through their own trauma, right? So they said, ni sawa tu.
Na hii age yetu atuulizanaji maswali, nobody cares about the next person.
Can you imagine?
You can just go through something peke yako.
Okay.
Is it expensive? Hospitali nini, just going, na ni wapi mtu anaweza enda? Unajua, sasa zingine watu wajuaji. And it is so hard to accept. Niko na shida.
Yeah.
Is it expensive? Ni wapi mtu anaweza enda?
I think I will answer that in form of a request to maybe the various NGOs or even the government itself.
Yeah.
Let us make these places available. Let us make it available in terms of location and also in terms of affordability. Because like in Chiromo, I know there's a rehabilitation for this. I know in Madare there's a rehabilitation for it. And in the various hospitals that there's those counseling sessions. Yes, it can be expensive. So that's why I'm saying let's make this mental health awareness something that people are going to take seriously. Because if we not, we'll end up losing so many people.
Absolutely.
If we do not provide a canopy for these people, we'll end up losing all these people. Yet these people are mentally ill. It's a sickness.
Yeah.
It's a sickness. And I'll end with Gomu Kiari's tweet.
Yes.
An 18-year-old giving advice like a 38-year-old.
Yes.
Wow. This is really amazing. Betty, Cynthia, Wanjiko, thank you so much for your time and for coming out and talking, and maybe you prevented 1 or 2 suicides today.
Yes.
With your talk, with your voice, you prevented 1 or 2 suicides. Thank you very much. This is what we call bed. A story.
Koinange and Professor Hamo every day, Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on Hot 90.